What's up? How's it going, fellas? Where are my people? It is Friday. It is Friday. It is Friday. It is Friday, baby. Hope you are all doing well. It is another day. Hope you all are doing great. How is it going, fellas? Oh. See, this is the thing about summer that I don't like so much sometimes. You know, you just don't know what's coming. You just don't know what is coming. It just comes at you. I need to roll up my window a little bit. I had to roll up my window a little bit, people, because Fly came in here to join this live stream. And I said, no, you're not joining this live stream. You know, what's going on? How y'all doing? It is cooking right now. It is cooking outside right now. It is currently 25 degrees with the humidity of 28 degrees. It is cooking. And for the fact that I'm in the vehicle, you know, very soon I'm going to turn on my vehicle. I'm going to turn on my car and enjoy the AC because it is hot right now. So Ray, today has been a really bad day. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hope tomorrow goes better. Luis Miguel, Luis Miguel, how you doing, man? Lude Caramel 7162, how's it going? I'm doing all right. Cowboy Girl, oh yeah, giddy up. Make sure you like it. Oh, thank you very much. Thank for the promo, man. Swagnificant. Swag, how's it going, Swag? Yes, that's right. I should have said that. Happy 4th of July, ladies and gentlemen. Happy 4th of July, baby. I'm doing good, man. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of fireworks going on tonight. You know, happy 4th of July. That's right. Make sure you like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that likes, you know what? Destroy that likes button. Destroy that subscribers button. Like and subscribe, baby. And if you want, you can use Super Chat too. All right? Like and subscribe. It helps with the stream. It helps with the algorithm. And of course, you can use Super Chat as well. It is 4th of July, baby. I actually forgot about that. I don't know why I forgot about that. Okay, grab the camera for Lamar Jackson edit, please. This is like, okay, here you go. Here you go. For Lamar Jackson. Here you go. Here you go. All right. Are you satisfied? Top B, you seem rich, big man. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I claim it in the name of Jesus. I claim it. I claim it. I claim it in the name of Jesus. Let it be so. I'm not a rich big man, but I'm a rich big man at heart, okay? I'm a rich big man at heart. I'm not rich, but in heart, I'm not an American. I'm a Canadian. Yep, I'm Nigerian. Prime peeps. Prime peeps. I am Nigerian that lives in Canada, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, yo. I'm a Nigerian that lives in Canada. Which province? Ontario. Ontario, Canada, baby. I sound like a Nigerian. Okay, all right. Cowboy girl. British living in Canada. Yep, you better know it. Toronto, baby. Toronto. It is the 4th of July, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are planning on having a good time. But you know what, though? Since you guys are here, let's make the best out of it, man. Happy 4th of July. I think that we're going to enjoy this 4th of July together. At least you guys will kick it off with me. And of course, you can go do whatever you want to do when the stream is done, okay? I think I tuned in. I came live at the right time because it is the 4th of July. I know you all have plans probably, but let's kick it off from here. And hopefully you guys are going to have a good time with you and your loved ones. And please, if you're going out there, drink safe. Don't drink and drive. Drink safe, all right? Or don't drink at all. Don't drink at all. If you can help it, do not drink at all. All right? I'm currently at a cookout. All right, you see, swag is already ahead of time. The time right now is 6:21 Eastern Standard Time. Depending on where you are, you're probably going to be either further or behind or the same time zone as me. So, Al Amin, I'm from Malaysia. All right, we got Malaysia in the house. We got a Malaysian in the house. Loser from the village. Once I put my money in my bag and I lost them and I started saying bad words. Everywhere, even in my sleep, I say fush, fush, fush. Okay. All right. Now, I know you guys are here to have a good time and to enjoy this live stream with me, but I came live because there is an article, a news article that just popped up. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of it, but WWE are looking for legends to induct in the next upcoming WrestleMania, right? And from what I've heard, from what I've read, they reached out to the McMahon. They reached out to Jeff Hardy. You all know Jeff Hardy, right? From WWE. He used to be a WWE superstar, a WWE legend, they reached out to Jeff Hardy, right? And Jeff turned WWE down, like literally. He turned them down. Now, before you go off, thank you very much, loser from the village. Thank you very much. Actually, talking about village, I just remembered Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil Village. Anyways, so Jeff Hardy, Jeffrey Nero Hardy, turned down WWE offer to be inducted as a Hall of Famer. Now, there's a reason why, okay? There's a reason why. Because when I heard this, I'm like, why would he do that? Why would he turn down WWE? WWE of all people, you know? WWE made Jeff Hardy a star. Why would he turn them down? Right? Was he let go? I'm sure he was let go the last time he wrestled for WWE, but do they have animosity? Because you all remember CM Punk and WWE at one time had a huge animosity with each other due to the fact that CM Punk didn't like the way WWE were running things. He didn't like people that were in charge. He had animosity with Triple H because, you know, Triple H didn't really like him when he first got to WWE. And again, for the fact that Triple H has an ideology on the people he would want WWE to push forward. So, okay, yeah, Swag. Okay, that's good to know, Swag. You are in the same time zone as me. That's great. I'm glad to know that. So, Jeff turned down WWE simply because WWE wanted Jeff Hardy to be inducted alone. They wanted Jeff to be inducted alone. And Jeff figured out, you know what? Because you all know, Jeff started WWE not by himself. He started wrestling for WWE with his baby brother. His older brother, Matt Hardy. Those two were tag teams. Those two they brought something to the table. They brought something unique to the table. Their energy, their vibe, their skill, their talent. You know, WWE Universe welcomed it with open arms, you know. So Jeff did not want to go in without his brother, his older brother. Now, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's an honorable thing, you know? Because when I first heard this news, I'm like, why would Jeff turn down WWE? You know, Jeff started, right? Jeff started with Matt Hardy in WWE, and they made them a star. And they were able to bring uniqueness and realness to their skill, to their talent, to their wrestling ability. I remember during the early 2000s when Hardy Boys will come in, they wrestle Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, what's up, you know, the Dudley Boys, the list goes on, right? So Jeff wanted to go into Hall of Fame with his older brother. He doesn't want to do it alone. He doesn't want to do it all by himself. And I don't think WWE has any plans to induct Matt Hardy anytime soon. So because of this, okay, let me say this. I can understand why WWE wants to induct only Jeff Hardy, simply because his resume is outstanding. Not only that, Jeff was opportuned he was fortunate enough to win the WWE champion, right? Jeff Hardy was lucky to win the most prestige title in the WWE. And I think he won World Heavyweight Champion as well, but I don't think so. I don't remember now. But I remember his title reign and his feud with Randy Orton during his time. So not only was he a former WWE champion. Now, if we bring the tag team resume, it kind of brings Jeff Hardy's resume up there. And not only that, Jeff has also wrestled for other companies like TNA. And I think he also went to AEW and worked with his brother at some point. But be that may be, WWE probably saw it as, okay, he's a former WWE champion. Although he has his shortcomings, although Jeff cannot stay clean and keep clean for a long time, but he's still, a WWE legend, right? And to that, they wanted to induct him, but Jeff said no because Jeff wants to honor his career with his older brother. He wants to go in with Matt Hardy. And to be honest, I do not think, hey, CC Moment, how's it going? I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, right? Jeff wanting to go in to be inducted with his older brother, Matt Hardy. I do not think there is anything wrong with that. And Jeff said that now is not the time for him to go in. He replied, now is not the time. Jeff Hardy is looking to go in the Hall of Fame around 2030. Okay? He stated that now is not the time. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, But I think WWE did not take that well. Okay? I don't think WWE took his reply well. I don't think they digested that properly, because WWE is high and mighty. Okay, they believe that they are better than any other wrestling company, which they are. I'll give them that. So to have a former wrestler, a legend, turn them down, I don't think they took that well. So WWE replied, "We wish you well and good luck to your future endeavor." That was what WWE said. So I don't think they took it well, but for what it is, they should not be mad at Jeff Hardy. I mean, it is right. It is his right. Goop World, yeah, I understand, but I don't think that they will be including Matt Hardy anytime soon. I don't think they will be including Matt anytime soon. And I think what Jeff Hardy is doing is very smart, is very honorable. And Jeff has always been that kind of guy too, He's been that kind of, I always think that if I meet Jeff Hardy somewhere, we will probably get along. Of course, I'm going to do the best I can not to do drugs with him, because, he likes to, I'm not sure if he's clean now, but Jeff likes his vices. So, but overall, I think he's a genuine, chilled guy. And I do understand that he wants to respect his older brothers, and he value their run with WWE together. So he doesn't want to go alone. He wants to go with his brother. I think that is a good thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. WWE can also induct him as a standalone former WWE Championship legend in the future. I don't think it was a good idea to want to induct him firsthand without his older brother, because Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy started together. So if they're going to do any induction, it would have made sense for them to at least induct the Hardy Boys, because that's how they came in. The Hardy Boys was the first run these two had together with WWE, the Hardy Boys. So that's my take on it. Yes, Swag. Yeah, yes. I have not forgotten about that. CM Punk getting fired on his wedding day. That is very petty. All right, that was very, very petty. That was very petty of WWE. You know, they were being petty with CM Punk. You know, you could have fired the guy the next day after his wedding, but to fire him on his day, on his wedding day, a special day of his life, you know. And let's not forget, you're not only attacking him, you also attacked AJ Lee. And AJ Lee was a WWE diva at the time when this happened. Right? If I recall, if my memory serves me right, AJ Lee was still wrestling for WWE when they fired her husband, CM Punk. So that was a petty thing that WWE did. So I'm hoping that the mentality that they had before, I hope due to Triple H coming in, and now there is a new management, right? I will hope that they don't have the same mentality that they had before. I'm not sure who was behind WWE firing CM Punk on his wedding day, but that was petty. Well, CM Punk, yes. CM Punk won the WWE champion. He took it, but he didn't wrestle for another company. He came back and faced Cena. He came back to face Cena. Sonja Polastrini. Sonja, you gotta have to remind me because I don't remember you. Oh, okay. Okay, now I remember. How are you doing, brother? How are you doing? Hopefully, you're getting better. Hopefully, you and your loved ones are getting through the loss of your late father. Bless his soul. Rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to him. I remember now. Michael Fleming. Happy 4th of July, brother. Michael Fleming, what are you doing for this 4th of July? What are you doing tonight? Are you at a cookout? Are you at a cookout as well? Yeah, but to be honest, I'll give it to CM Punk though. CM Punk with the pipe bomb. CM Punk did what most superstars should have done. CM Punk took it to the authority. CM Punk had no filter in any way, shape, or form. During the ruthless aggression era, CM Punk with that pipe bomb didn't hold back. He went after WWE. He went after Vince McMahon. He went after Triple H. He went after Stephanie McMahon. He went after Cena. He went after everybody, man. you know. And this was, during that time, was a time that nobody could do anything. Everybody was walking in an eggshell, right? Everybody was walking in an eggshell. Nobody wanted to stand up and speak their mind on how things were going. And this is why I think if this was in Attitude Era, this wouldn't happen, because all the guys during the Attitude Era, they were very outspoken. If they don't like something, they go to Vince McMahon office and they tell him, right? They were more outspoken. It's like as time goes by, men start, being pussies, During the Attitude Era or before the Attitude Era, they were very outspoken. Vittorio and Sonia. Ishita likes games. How you doing? You guys and your names. You guys have weird usernames, man, but it's all good. To eat his own. Hamza Mayat. How's it going? I think Sonja, someone mentioned that name yesterday. Somebody mentioned Diego Jota yesterday, and I believe, from what I remembered, he used to play for Liverpool, right? He was a Liverpool's player, and he died. I don't know much about him, but I pray that his soul will rest in peace. No, I didn't listen to that. I didn't listen to anything about him. Aka Astro. What do I think about the war in Middle East? Well, the war in Middle East, war is not good, War is not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. But then again, the people in power, the people in high places, like to make war. War is not good because nobody wins when there is war, And war always affects the normal people, The rich people, the echelons. It doesn't really impact them like that because they are the one pulling the strings. I do not agree with the war that is going on, but to some degree, I kind of understand what is going on as well. And all I would say is to eat his own, to eat his own, because war brings death. It brings chaos. It brings malice. It brings animosity. Nothing good comes from war. It just brings death and just chaos. Black Air Force Energy. Of course, Jeff turned down WWE. They didn't stand by him to get clean while he was using. They just tossed him away like a napkin. That's why Chavo Guerrero is doing a wrestling promotions in HS gyms. Well, yeah, WWE does have a reputation. They have a reputation of doing that. They intend to do that quite a bit. They have their favorites. If what you're saying is true, then that wasn't a good thing. They did Jeff Hardy wrong. Then, if what you're saying is true. Oh yeah, Vince could not do a goddamn thing to Brock. There was an interview that I watched on Netflix. There was a time they interviewed Vince on Brock Lesnar, and Vince said, I think it was during early 2000s or mid 2000s, or I think Vince said that a guy like Brock Lesnar deserves something, like he deserves, how do I put it? He deserves, okay, let me say, what Vince was trying to say is Brock Lesnar can almost do whatever he wants because he deserves it. Because he's the beast, because he's money, because he makes Vince money, and Brock Lesnar is just goddamn good on what he does in the ring. So he can do almost whatever he wants. It's almost like the same thing with Randy Orton. If you guys remember early on when Randy Orton was just a jackass, you know, he was shitting in people's bag, he was throwing his weight around, you know, during the early on, he was very immature. If anyone had done what Randy did during his early days in the WWE, that superstar would have been fired long time ago. But because Vince, WWE, they have their favorites that can do no wrong. Even if they do wrong, the repercussion or the punishments is a little lesser, right? So you brought uh Chavo Guerrero, right? What happened to him? What happened to Chavo Guerrero? Did he had a fallout with WWE? Because it's been a while I haven't seen him around. Because he used to be around. What happened to Chavo Guerrero? Maybe for some reason I missed his story. Okay. Okay. He was using Eddie's death for money, and I guess Chavo Guerrero didn't like that. Okay, I see. I see. I see. I mean, you know, you know how Vince is. Vince is very yeah. Vince is a different type of breed. You know, Vincent Kennedy McMahon is a different type of breed. Um, I remember when Punk left WWE after the lawsuit. Punk, I believe WWE were still selling his merchandise, right? WWE, they were still selling his merchandise, and I don't think Punk was getting any of that money. So Punk told them to remove his merchandise from their website because if they don't, he's gonna sue them again. And at that point, whether Punk was making money out of that merchandise or not, I don't think at that point he cared, because if WWE had the guts and the mind to fire him during his wedding day, I think, you know, he felt that at that point, I cannot work with these people and they shouldn't have my merch on their website. So WWE Punk's merchandise on their website during that time. Nick the Beast, happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, guys. I mean, if I could get away playing music right now, I would. I really would. I would love to cue in a song right now, or songs, but copyright is a pain in the ass. So copyright is a pain in the ass, man. Well, the question now becomes, John Cena, is that his real name? I think John Cena can fight it. If John Cena wants, John Cena can fight it. Because I remember during The Rock's era, during The Rock's time, the same thing almost was about to happen to The Rock, and The Rock changed his name. He called it Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right? Wow, Cena sold the copyright to his name. No wonder the company, the organization, picked him. Pristroka, how you doing, man? You just watched a new movie with John Cena. All right, more power to you. I hope it was good at least. I hope you got your money worth at least. Jaden, happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, people. So John Cena sold the right to his name to WWE. Well, I don't think, you see, here's the thing. WWE will not go after John Cena. They will not. It will be in their best interest not to do that, because if WWE sues John Cena to get some cut of all the movie he's been making, that will not look good on WWE, because John Cena has been their man. John Cena has been their guy for over 20 years. For over 20 years, he's been their main guy. I don't think it will be a good publicity for WWE if they go after John Cena in any way, shape, or form. I mean, right now, in this very moment, John Cena is still drawing them money, right? He is still drawing WWE money. I don't think so. I don't think WWE will ever go after John Cena to sue him for the money he's been making while filming, because they have a good relationship. They have a good relationship. Do you know what would happen to WWE if they go after John Cena, or if they get on John Cena's bad side? A star that has been in the totem pole. John Cena's ceiling couldn't be shattered during his prime days, and he's been there for a very long time. John Cena has been engraved in each and every sector of WWE. Let's not forget the Make-A-Wish Foundation John Cena normally does. The Make-A-Wish Foundation, all that, for WWE to throw all of that away, I don't think it will be a good publicity for them. I just don't think so. So the movie was average, yeah? I'm glad you didn't pay, because if you had paid for that movie, I'm sure you'd probably be like, what the hell did I just watch? I need my money back. Yeah, and as well, due to the fact that John Cena and his father is also John Cena, I think that will give John Cena a leeway to wiggle out of any courtroom dispute, you know, because that's his father's name. Even though there is Sir in his father's name, John Cena is his name. So I don't think if they go to court, it's going to be an expensive um, battle, and it will not be a good publicity for WWE because John Cena is their cream of the crop. Like they take John Cena. John Cena is like The Rock. You know what I mean? John Cena is literally like The Rock. They cannot go against John Cena. Unfortunately, they can't. They can't go against him right now. I know, and that's why Triple H should have taken over a long time ago. You just that Vince didn't want to leave. Vince did not want to give. Vince didn't want to give it up. Vince is just that stubborn, man. That man is just stubborn. He doubled down. He didn't want to leave. And I heard that he tried to buy back WWE once again. I heard he sent an offer, but TKO and the management said, no, we're not selling the company back to you. He tried to buy it back. At his age, you should just go and retire. You know? You should go and retire, man. Yeah, and I believe you that Triple H is not going to do the bullshit Vince McMahon stuff. But the thing is, if the next person takes over after Triple H, it just depends on who is going to be the next management after Triple H steps down. Because it depends on who is in charge, you know? It just depends on who is in charge. Vince is a psychopath. Yeah, Vince is just a different breed, you know. To some degree, I do respect him. I do respect his accomplishments. I do respect him simply because if he wasn't a strong person, if he wasn't a strong personality, if he wasn't because WWE has gone through a lot of ups and downs over the years, you know. After Vince bought WWE from his late father, things has gone things have spiraled up and down over the years. Such as there was a time when Hulk Hogan left WWE. If Vince wasn't strong enough, he would have given up because at that time Hulk Hogan, the Hulkamania, was a big thing. And for the fact that Vince made Hulk Hogan and Hulk Hogan is leaving, it would have crushed him, but he stayed strong. Such as WWE and WCW situation, such as Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and X-Pac leaving WWE to go to the next promotion, the competition, WCW. If Vince was not a strong person, if he wasn't mentally strong, he would have crumbled because WCW was whooping, like literally whooping WWE's ass during that time. And I also respected what Vince McMahon did Although the way he did it, it was pretty sneaky. You know what I mean? Because his late father made a promise to the competitions that he will never go against them. He will never wrestle in their territory. Because during that time, you know, the old school guys had what is called honor and morals, right? So Vince Sr. made a deal with the other promotions not to go against them, not to come in their territory to run and wrestle, to steal their fans and their audience. But after Vince bought WWE from, at the time, WWF from his father, he did the opposite. You know what I mean? Vince literally did the opposite. He went after the other promotions. He went after their territories and he dominated, you know? So Vince is just a different and again that's why I said what I said. It depends on who is in charge. Because if Triple H steps down and somebody else takes over, they might come after John Cena. Who knows? You know? Because it just depends on who is in charge. Because Vince wasn't supposed to go after other people's promotions. He wasn't supposed to go after other people's territory. He wasn't supposed to go against the promise his late father made to other promotions. So the man just decided, you know what? Who gives a crap, man? This is a free country. I can do whatever I want. And because of that, we see over and over again when fans would want a certain WWE superstar to be made into a real superstar. Whenever it comes a time that fans chooses somebody that they like and they would like to see wrestle and they would like to be made a superstar, if Vince is not down with it, nothing is happening. In fact, he will double down. If Vince didn't like the person, even if the fans wants it, if Vince is not in with it, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. And it's been like that ever since he went after other people's territory. Right? And there was a promo one time during the Ruthless Aggression era when Vince was sitting in his office and a WWE superstar walked into his office. I think there was a promo going on, a skit going on. And if you watch Vince McMahon's office, there he has a statue of a dinosaur, a huge dinosaur in his office. What do dinosaurs do? You know, he has a huge statue of a dinosaur. I believe it's either a dinosaur, the full body of a dinosaur, or just a dinosaur head. The head of a dinosaur. What do dinosaurs do? Dinosaur is the X-Pac predator of the food chain. You know, the man is telling you guys, I am the top. I am the bar. I am the shark. I have consumed and kicked out every other promotion. All right? I am the top. So the man is telling on himself. Because you know, you kind of need to pay attention to people to really understand their mentality, and they tell you who they are. You just gotta pay attention well enough. That huge dinosaurs, and it's not just any dinosaur. It wasn't just any dinosaur. It was a T-Rex. T-Rex. T-Rex is the top of the top, the mountaintop of the food chain, right? The only way Raptors can beat T-Rex is if they have numbers on their side. Even then, you know what I mean? So, oh yeah. The Undertaker made Vince money. Stone Cold made Vince money. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels feud made Vince money. Hulk Hogan, man, the Hulkmania is running wild. Hulk Hogan made Vince money. Andre the Giant made Vince money. Dwayne The Rock Johnson made Vince money, and he's still making Vince money till today. The Rock is still making WWE money, because let's not forget, The Rock's family, his cousins, right? His cousins are wrestling for WWE. He is still making them money. And due to the fact that he has a good relationship with WWE, or let me say, WWE has a good relationship with The Rock, it has paved the way for him to usher in a lot of his cousins to work for WWE. Like, if you watch right now, The Rock has at least 9 of his cousins wrestling for WWE right now, in this very moment. There's a lot of them right now in WWE. A lot of Samoans right now, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because The Rock, of course, Peter Chief Maivia, Rocky Johnson, and the other Samoans, Yokozuna, they have paved the way, but they were not that impactful as The Rock has been impactful. Yep. Heartbreak Kid. His finisher's name is called the Switching Music. Yeah, ECW was just brutal, man. ECW was just brutal. ECW was just brutal. I'm not gonna lie. You could never sit still watching ECW. There's always something going on. During matches, there's always most of the WCW, not WCW, most of ECW matches that I've seen always ends up in blood. Always ends up with tacks, table, ladders, chairs. Always ends up with someone bleeding at the end of it. Yeah, I remember the Boogeyman. I am the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. I don't know what happened to him, man. I was actually digging his character. Boogeyman was supposed to be the next Papa Shango or something. The next mystical character or something. Top B, I believe you're talking about hockey right now, and I don't watch hockey. Maple Leafs or Oiler? That is no brainer, man. Of course, Big Show. Definitely Big Show. Big Show all the way. Big Show all the way. What's my work? You mean what I do for a living? Or are you just talking about what's my work? I'm working right now. I'm chilling with you guys. It's not even work. It's just me chit-chatting with you guys at this point. I enjoy it. Yeah, Black Air Force, I agree with you. Early Big Show was, I don't know why he gained all that weight. I don't know why early Big Show was just the man. Early Big Show, if he had stayed in that shape, he would have been more than what he was. Like, I'm telling you, if Big Show, early Big Show, stayed the way he was when he first came to WWE, I remember him having his hair and he had an earring. Man, he was badass, if I remembered. He was badass, man. If he had stayed in that shape and maybe got a little bigger, like muscle-wise, I believe he would have been better than he was. Amanda, hi. How's it going? The Rock or Big Show? I think this decision is unanimous. This is a unanimous decision. It's The Rock, of course. The Rock all day. This is a unanimous decision. Shady Chris, how's it going? The Rock all the way, man. A good debate would be The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin. That would have been a good one. That would have been a good one. The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin would have been a good one. I don't watch basketball, man. The only time I may watch basketball is during playoffs, and that's because my buddies want to go watch. Rey Mysterio or Jeff Hardy? That's a good one. I would say Jeff Hardy. I would say Jeff Hardy. Oh yeah. For me, I will literally watch Jeff Hardy. If I have to watch him every Monday, if I have to go back, I would rather sit and go back and watch the Hardy Boys when they first came to the WWE. I wouldn't mind watching them all over again. But I will have issues going back to watch Rey Mysterio matches. That's all I'm saying. Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy during their era, the Hardy Boys, I will literally enjoy watching the Hardy Boys do their thing. And even when Jeff striked out and went to do or became a single wrestler, I will also watch his feud with Randy Orton all day. Yeah, I saw that video too. I saw that clip. And Vince called him asshole. Right? I remember that clip, man. Brock, after his match, he walked in the backstage and he just threw the WWE title at Vince McMahon. That was hilarious, man. I was like, what is Vince gonna do? And Vince didn't do anything. Vince didn't do a goddamn thing. All he said is asshole. Now, if that was any other, if that was Dolph Ziggler, could you imagine what Vince would have done? You know, some people are allowed privileged, certain privilege to almost do whatever they want, almost do whatever they want. Logan Paul is the greatest wrestler of all time. Um, well, more power to you, man, but I don't think so. That's like saying John Cena is the greatest wrestler of all time. Spike Dudley. Yep, I remember Spike Dudley. I remembered Spike Dudley. He got destroyed by Brock Lesnar at one point, if I'm not mistaken, right? That was a match he had with Brock Lesnar, and Brock literally destroyed Spike Dudley. Like, literally destroyed him. Brock Lesnar is one of those stars that are just bigger than life. They're larger than life, if you know what I'm trying to say. They are larger than life. You know? People like The Undertaker, Triple H, The Rock, John Cena, Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Randy Orton. Those stars, those wrestlers will always, always be in the good books of Vince McMahon. Always. Yes, Brock was in the UFC, yes. Well, I wouldn't say that he is the only legit fighter. I wouldn't say that. Because if you go back and remember Ken Shamrock, there was another wrestler back in the Attitude Era who uses his stick to fight. He, you know, he uses two sticks, and I think he took martial arts. You know, that's Ken Shamrock, and there's that wrestler, and then there's Brock Lesnar. Because I remember Ken Shamrock was a badass. He was just a badass. He just wouldn't stop smoking weed. Oh man. Oh yes, let's not forget about Bobby Lashley. That's right, buddy. Thank you for remembering that, man. Thank you for saying that. Let's not forget about Bobby Lashley. That's right. Shout out to you, Big Beard, for putting that out there. Bobby Lashley is another legit fighter. Another legit fighter. I will almost want to say Booker T. Okay, I will almost want to say Booker T, but because he didn't fight in the octagon or anything, I'm not gonna really give him his props. Yeah, if I remembered, there was a time. Yeah, the big boss. The big boss. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's actually a legit fighter. I'm gonna have to look that up. There was a time when Batista was throwing his weight around. Of course, he's the animal. He's been hanging around Triple H, Nature Boy, Randy Orton, so they shielded him. when Batista became the World Heavyweight Champion, and his stardom just went up there. He had a feud with Booker T at one point, and the feud got to a point where these two had to brawl, like a real backstage fight, a real physical fight. And from what I heard, Booker T got the best out of Batista. Booker T got the best of that fight, meaning Booker T whooped Batista's ass. Okay, Booker T whooped Batista's ass. So Booker T is no joke. He's actually a street brawler. Mixty, thank you for the compliment. Thanks for the compliment. Oh yeah, hands down. That is unanimously truth. Batista is a much better actor than John Cena. There's no question about that. There is no question. And Batista's role, right? His role has always been top notch. His role in the movies has always been top notch. Yeah, CM Punk tried, but Punk is not a real fighter, man. Punk is not a fighter. Yeah, he throws kicks in the ring and all these things. He throws submissions in the ring, but that's wrestling. Punk is not a real fighter, man. I watched his UFC debut, and from what I saw, Punk is not a real fighter. He's not a fighter. He is just not a fighter. I'm not saying that he's not a fighter at heart. I'm saying like compare him to Brock Lesnar. I would not compare CM Punk to Booker T. I will not go there. It is literally unfair. You know what I mean? Like Booker T is a brawler. He's a street brawler. He whooped Batista's ass. And let's not forget, Booker T wasn't taking any steroids or anything. Not like that will make any difference really. But Booker T wasn't taking any steroids or anything, and he whooped Batista's ass. Batista was more defined, he had more muscle on him. But that you have all the muscle in the world does not mean that you will win in a fight. Yeah, CM Punk tried, but he's not a legit fighter. I wouldn't put him up there with Brock, Ken Shamrock, and all these guys. No way. America for Trump. I agree. Bobby, America for Trump. I agree. Yeah, you missed the startup of the stream. Jeff Hardy turned down WWE offer because WWE wanted to induct Jeff Hardy in the next WrestleMania, and Jeff turned it down simply because he thinks it's not yet time for him to go in, and of course he would want to go in with his older brother Matt Hardy. He doesn't want to go in first without his older brother going in. So I think it's a moral thing that Jeff is doing. And I agree with him. It's up to him to go when he wants to go. And I don't think WWE took that well. I think they are kind of a little mad at Jeff Hardy for turning them down. Oh yeah, of course. I respect Punk for trying, but he's not a fighter. He's not a fighter. Basket cider. How's it going? Courtney Fields. What's up? Yep, Jeff turned WWE offer down. WWE wanted to induct Jeff Hardy in the Hall of Fame, but Jeff turned it down because he believed it's not yet time, and of course, he wants to go in with his older brother. He wanted to go in as Hardy Boys, him and his older brother Matt Hardy. And WWE, I don't think they took his rejection very well. So, yep. Once again, people, happy 4th of July. I think the humidity is starting to come down. I'm actually surprised. It is starting to come down. It's not as warm, as hot as it used to be. Yeah, swag, I agree. I would be scared, like, Octagon is no joke. It could literally change the course of your life in an instant. You know, it's no joke. If you guys remember, if you guys know Michael J. White, he did an interview, and I think he was on Vlad TV, and Vlad asked him, how come he never joined or fought in the Octagon? And Michael J. White said, I want to be there for my family. Like literally, I want to live long enough so that I can be with my family. And the reason why he's saying that, because he understands. Because Michael J. White, he is a decorated martial artist. This man has fought people. He has competed during his prime. And for someone like that to say, I want to live long enough to be in the best shape of my life, to be healthy, to have a sound mind, and to enjoy my family while I'm still alive, that says a lot. Because going in the Octagon is no joke. It's no joke. Indeed, yes. Respect to CM Punk. That's right. It's no joke. When I see people doing tricks, even I'm also, I have done it before too. I was just about to say, when I see people who are not fighters record themselves throwing kicks and all of that stuff, it looks good until it's time to fight, you know? I have fallen victim of that. I did train a little bit in the art of martial artist. I do go to dojo. You know, I don't do it anymore because I don't have time. But I still train in the art of kickboxing. Now, even though my kicks are not bad, even though my punches are not that bad, but I do know that I have a lot to work on. And I do understand that, just like the great Bruce Lee said, boards don't hit back. If you guys remember Enter the Dragon movie, boards don't hit back. So punching bags don't hit back. You know, even though I do understand that when it comes to a fight, I mean, when I get into a fight, I can probably be able to defend myself to some degree. At the same time, I stay away from fighting. I try to not engage in a fight. You know, I try to not engage in a fight because most people that are into martial arts that doesn't understand the humility in martial arts always believes that they are the shit. They always think that they are the shit. They are Billy Badass. Until you meet the real Billy Badass and you get your ass whooped, you get your ass handed to you, then you understand to be, to have humility. Because the essence of martial art, like the great Bruce Lee said, is the art of fighting without fighting. Is to have humility, to understand that you have a great weapon. You have a great weapon in your arsenal, but at the same time, to know all of that, but still stay away from fighting. I think that's part of martial arts. It is to be used as a self-defense. But then again, I give props to UFC fighters that want to exercise their martial art skills, ability, techniques to the whole world. And some of them don't get paid. They don't get paid well for doing that. Only the top UFC stars get paid well. At the same time, props to those guys, man, because it's not easy. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not easy to go in there 3 minutes round and just go at it with a fellow man. It's not easy, man. So respect to anybody that has gone inside the octagon and came out. Respect to all of them. Yeah. Like most people that has dabbled into martial arts kind of understand that it's an art as a self-defense kind of thing. It's not meant to be used willy-nilly like that, But shout out to UFC still, because all those guys that put their body on the line to entertain the world, it's not easy, because some of these guys don't make that much money sometimes. They don't make that much money sometimes. And most of these guys have families. So, main popular. Are you a fan of Jey Uso? It seems like we have Jey Uso's fan in the house. It looks like we have Jey Uso's fan in the house. Speaking of Jey Uso, what do you guys think about Jey Uso anyway? Can Dwayne Johnson fight in the UFC? Hell no. Hell no. That's a big hell no. The Rock will not get in there, man. He will not get in there because The Rock is a brand and he wouldn't want to ruin his brand, which is what? His face, his body, and his. No, no, no. If The Rock decides today to enter into the octagon, he will be doing himself a disservice. The Rock will get his ass whooped. The Rock will get his candy ass whooped if he steps into the octagon. And although The Rock is in good shape, regardless, you know, can he defend himself? I'm sure he can because he's a wrestler, you know. If the fight goes to the ground, The Rock can probably be able to defend himself properly. But as a stand-up duo, I don't know about that, man. I don't know. Because The Rock packs a lot of huge muscle. And all that muscle is going to slow him down. And again, you can't compare The Rock to somebody who has been training almost all their life in the octagon. It's not the same. Yeah. Pre-stroker in the UK, I heard what you guys are doing over there. You guys carry knives. You guys don't fight. You just stab people. You know? You guys don't fight over there. You just stab people and get on with it. Y'all carry knives over there. Jey Uso is so overrated. Well, to eat his own. I don't know about that. I think Swag can confirm that. Anyone who lives in America is what Pristroka is saying. Is it true? If you stay at someone long enough, they want to fight. Is that true? Hi, Jess. How's it going? Happy 4th of July. 3D Monkey. Happy 4th of July to you, man. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's Friday and I'm having fun right now. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time chit-chatting with you guys. Do you guys have any plans for this 4th of July? Swag told me that he's currently at a cookout. Swag said before that he's currently at a cookout. He's already enjoying his 4th of July. I am speaking to you right now in the land of Canada. But ethnicity-wise, I am a Nigerian that lives in Canada. What about you, Jess? Where are you from? Oh, damn, you're from Canada too. Where in Canada are you from? We got Norway in the house, baby. Newfoundland, okay. I am in Ontario. We got Norway in the house. We got Norway in the house. Thank you, much appreciated. Thanks for the compliment. Thanks for the compliment. I've always wanted to visit Newfoundland one day, and I will visit soon, very soon. I will visit. My day is going well. My day is going fantastic. My day is going fabulous. Jazz, thanks for the compliment. Are you hating Gia? I think Gia is hating. Gia said, I don't see it. Oh, man. Look sad and lost. All right. Whatever helps you sleep at night. I am 6'2" and a half. 6'2" and a half. I am 35 years old. All right, now guys, brace yourself. It looks like this is gonna turn into a little dating site right now. It's about to turn into a romantic live chat right now. Yeah, this is turning into Tinder. Yep. It's gonna turn into plenty of fish in a second. Romantic live chat. You guys are the best, man. Thanks for the compliment. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Yeah, I heard Newfoundland is a beautiful place. One day I will visit. Very, very soon I will visit Newfoundland. I've always wanted to go there. K-Star, welcome to the live chat. You guys are the best, man. I'm getting compliments from the ladies, guys. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Maria. My advice is to try another one. My advice to you is don't feel bad. Keep on keeping on. My advice to you is don't feel bad about it. There's always somebody for somebody, or someone for somebody. How do we say it again? I forgot. There's always someone for somebody or something. You know? Special Stephenville. Okay. That's a good question, Pristroka. Well, it's a humble beginning. When do I want to reach 50K? I don't know. I don't know when I want to reach 50K. But deep down, if I can reach 50K right now, hey, I'll take it. But I do understand it's a process, you know? There's process to this. But if you guys are gonna big up my channel and just subscribe, turn on the notification, use super chat, super thanks, I will appreciate that. So Jessica is single, guys. Jessica is single. Don't give up, Maria. Do not give up. Don't give up. You just gotta I do understand there is this stigma that is going on right now. The social norms is really not in a good place right now. Social norms these days is just cooked. But you just gotta be there and make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. And if he's not the guy for you, it's not the guy for you. Yeah, he's trolling me right now, but it's all good. All right, Jess, what do you do for a living then? What do you do for a living, Jess? Oh, yeah. That profession, yes, you guys work a lot of hours. Nurses work a lot of hours. Yep. Sometimes you guys don't have the time to enjoy the money you make. That's sad. That's sad, man. You gotta make time to enjoy the money you're making, Jess. You gotta make the time. You gotta go on vacation. I hope this is not gonna turn into a fight. Maria is seeking my full attention. Yeah, Jess, you gotta make time to enjoy your money. You gotta make time to enjoy the money you're making. Maria needs a hug, guys. Maria needs a hug. I wanted to send you a heart, but I can't for some reason. I wanted to send you a heart, Maria and Jessica, but I can't while doing this live stream. I can't. I don't know. 15 hours. Wow, that's a lot of hours. That is a lot of hours, man. It's almost like you live there. You might as well bring your mattress, your TV. You might as well live in the hospital. You might as well live in the hospital, Jess. You might as well move in. Because throughout the whole day, you get 24 hours of the day. And 15 hours out of 24 hours, you are working. That's a lot of hours. Maria, yes, I work out. You can check out my IG. Check out my Instagram. Check out my IG and you will see my workout videos. Ladies and gentlemen, this has turned into a dating moment. It's up to you, Maria. It's up to you. Just don't DM me without showing me who you really are. No catfishing. Because you know me, you've seen me, you see what I look like. I'm sure when you go to my Instagram, you're going to see more of me. So make sure you're sending me the real person, or you're DMing me, and when I go check out your profile, it's the real you. No catfishing. It looks like Swag is already enjoying himself. Swag is chilling right now. Hot dogs and ribs. Hot dogs and ribs. Jess, you gotta have to make time to enjoy your youth while you still have it. You're gonna have to make time to enjoy your youth before it's too late. Because what happens is you work. When they are done with you, they tell you goodbye, you know? You gotta make time to enjoy your youth before it's too late. Maria, where are you from? My Instagram is the same name. Oh, Norway. Okay, you're across the other side of the waters. Yeah, Jess, you gotta make time. You gotta make time. Usually, what I will advise is, you know, not to get you in trouble. You can talk to your. I'm not sure how the dating thing goes, like at work. If you're a nurse, you can meet someone within the same facility, or I'm not sure if you go to the gym, you know. You gotta make time to enjoy your youth, to meet someone and and hopefully live happy ever after. All right, Jess, my heart goes to you. Hopefully, everything works out for you. Keep me up to date, man. Keep me up to date, Jess, on how things are going. Make sure to you keep me up to date. Hopefully, everything goes well. Yeah, I heard Instagram is literally the next, not even the next. Instagram is right now plenty of fish, tender, all together, all at once. Gia, where are you from? Yeah, face to face is the best thing. Face to face is, I'm with you on that. Face to face is the best thing. Face to face or FaceTime, you know? She's probably baddie being Nordic. Okay. So, Gia, why were you trolling me for a second there? You were trolling for a second. Merci beaucoup. Indeed, swag. Whatever floats your boat, whatever helps you sleep at night, whatever works for you, go for it. No, earlier it looked like you were trying to instigate me a little. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but be there as it may, you're here and welcome. Happy 4th of July, Gia. Oh yeah, what culture is that? What culture are you talking about? What different culture are you talking about? Are you talking about Americans and Canadians? Or are you talking about African American culture versus African culture? Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. Caribbean culture is different indeed. Yeah. Caribbean culture is a little different than from African culture. I agree with you on that. So, which culture do you adapt? I guess you're more you're more towards Caribbean culture. Is this your real picture, by the way, Gia? Is this your real picture? I can't really see the damn thing, but I can see someone there. Okay, shout out to you, Gia. Shout out to you. Yeah, Swag, how is the cookout going, by the way? How is the cookout going? Okay, I hear you. So, what is your Gia? What is your ideology when it comes to a man and a woman? What do you think? Should should a man be the head of the household or should a woman be the head of the household? Because for me, personally, for me, I adapt to the African culture because most of the time it works, you know. And with the culture, with the African culture that I was raised in, it worked for my grandfather, my grandmother, um, and it's been working since the beginning of time for the African people. And of course, I'm Nigerian that live in Canada. So we see it as it's the creator, man, woman, children, and then animals. You know, that's the culture I'm more of. It's the creator, man, woman, children. Actually, men create. Men are the creators because they carry the seed. Without the seed, there is no creation without the seed. There is no creation without the seed. From what I know about Caribbeans, no. Swag is having a good time right now, man. Shout out to you, Swag. Enjoy. I'm happy for you, bro. Swag is currently at a cookout as it stands. He is at a cookout right now. Ahmed, how's it going? Welcome to the live chat. There is no child without the there is no child without the 9 months. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I agree wholeheartedly. I believe men and women need each other. That's what I believe. We all need each other. It's important that we understand we all need each other to survive. And in that sense, at the end of the day, I think these days men have stopped being men, because if men, although you see, this is a social norm conversation that I'm about to have, and I'm not sure if everyone that is watching right now wants to hear what I'm about to say or what I'm going to say. You can see that me and Gia are already starting to fall off. We were good, but I mean, we're still good, but it seems like Gia has a little bit of a different ideology than me. Because I grew up in an African home, and there is a father, the head of the house. He makes decisions on what happened. Of course, the father of the household will always listen to the wife's ideology and take it into account. But ultimately, the father makes the final decision. Of course, in order for the father to be in that pedestal to make the final decisions, he has to be a man of value, a man that is a man of fortitude, a man of frame, a man that understands, first of all, a man that fears the Creator, and a man of there's a word that I want to use, but I forgot. He has to be a man's man, because it's very important. A man of integrity. That's right. Thank you, CC Plus. A man of integrity. You cannot be a type of man that doesn't bring integrity, fortitude, and frame in a relationship, and you think it's gonna work. You have to have integrity. You have to be a man of class. So I grew up in a household, my uncles, my grandfather, they are those type of men. Do I believe in multiple wives? No, but if a man thinks he can handle multiple wives, hey, to eat his own. If he can afford it, go ahead. If the woman agrees with it and they're going along with it, to eat his own. But for me, one wife is enough, man, because women be headaches sometimes. We love you guys, but sometimes I don't think I can handle more than one wife at this point. I don't think so. One is enough. One is enough. But there are some religions like Islam. They are allowed to marry more than one wife. All I can say is, if it works out for their religion, if it's working, and both the man and the woman agree on that, I would say more power to them. It becomes a problem if the woman doesn't agree to that kind of ideology and the man decides to usher that into the marriage. That becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. We got a couple of new people in the live chat. How's it going? Shima, Badia, AZ, Country Mama. Oh, Country Mama. Jesus makes the final decisions. The man prays and asks for direction. Woman offers advice and guidance. Woman supports the man, husband. I don't think the guidance part, I don't think so, because as a man you have to be the guide of your family. As a man of the household, you have to be the guide of your family. But then again, you have to be a man of integrity, a man that fears the creator, a man of prestige, a man of substance, you know? And that's the reason why the African culture is a little bit different from the Caribbean culture sometimes, because the African men, they grew up in a different type of ideology, and it works. You know, it works. As a man, you can't be delusional. You gotta have to see danger before your partner even sees. You gotta be a man of integrity, you know? So the mentality of an African man is a bit different, because we were raised with our father and mother in the household most of the time, if not all the time. So but yeah, to answer your question, Gia, I don't believe in multiple wives. No. It's too much headache. Pre-stroker, I saw that. I saw that. You talked about Tate right now. I saw that. Yeah, I see you, Pre-stroker. I see you, man. Are you talking about Andrew Tate? Nah, man, I'm not. I'm not Andrew Tate, man. I'm just me. Yeah, some Christian religions, some Christian nominations. Is it nominations? Or some Christian churches do believe in multiple wives, but I would say to each his own at the end of the day. Whatever works for the couples, go right ahead. Did Badia just said Jesus guides the erection? You got to be out of your mind, man. You are out of your mind. Tate, multiple wives, and Muslim. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, Andrew Tate is crazy, man. But I do like his ideology. There are certain things that we would probably agree on. You know, there are certain things we would agree on. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the moments as well. Yeah, the moments. The moments are another denominations of religion or ideology that believes in multiple wives. So are you serious? They looked at you from head to toe and they wanted you to join their religion. They wanted you to join their church. That's crazy. That is crazy, girl. That is insane. Because I believe the Mormons don't allow anybody to join their religion. They don't allow anyone. It's hard to get into their religion. The Mormons are now going to people's doors. I thought those are the what's their name again? Oh, I forgot their name. I thought the people that go to people's door are the Jehovah Witness. I thought Jehovah Witnesses are the ones that go to people's door. They don't do that anymore. Jehovah Witness, I don't I don't see much of them anymore. I remember when I was a kid, man, every now and then, every Saturday or every now and then, you see someone knock on your door and I'm from Jehovah Witness. Like, I remember back in the day, when you see them coming, you just run inside your house and close the door. Nobody wants to speak to them. Yeah, the Mormons they are very picky. Judaism as well. Judaism religion, they are very, very picky. They don't allow anyone to join their religion. Ah, they go after pretty woman. So you're telling me that you are a pretty woman, Gia. I can't really see what you look like because the picture is so damn small, but shout out to you. Maria is back. She couldn't sleep. Maria is back. She could not sleep. Yeah, Jehovah Witnesses, they're like cults. Yes, they are. They are. Another one is Sabbath. Sabbath Church. I get weird feelings when I see them, man. They ask you because you have money and you are attractive. You're in your 20s. It looks like they are trying to hook you up with somebody. It sounds to me, Gia, that they are trying to hook you up with someone. Rest in peace, Diego Jota. Or Diego Jota. Yes, I'm a big fan of Demon Slayer. Infinite Castle will be out in the theater soon. I'm not gonna go watch it in the theater. I'll wait till I can access it so that I can do a reaction to it. Shalom to you, Niger Joy. Shalom, 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 shalom to you. Yep, the Mormons and the Judaism. The Mormons and the Judaism, they are very, and the Islams too. Islamic people, they are, you know, they are wealthy as well. Name one Demon Slayer character. You got to be kidding me, man. Are you kidding me? You came to you literally came to an anime channel and you're asking me to name one. Like I see if I'm not gonna name one. Okay, let's go. I will indulge in this. Tanjiro Kamado, Muzan Kibitsuji, Nezuko Kamado. If you're still thinking about joining, you gotta be careful. You got to be careful. They might be trying to hook you up with someone. Or it might be a cult altogether. Malaikum salam, Sai Itoshi. Malaikum salam, brother. Good morning from Indonesia. Okay, we got Indonesia in the house. Yeah, I've heard about that too. They worship Baal. Baal. We got Indonesia in the house. Yeah, the thing about religion is, at the end of the day, the one thing they all have in common is a simple fact, okay? The one thing all religion has in common, most of all the religions, is you have to do good. You have to be a person of virtue. You have to understand that is the creator, man, woman, and then children. All religions, no matter which one you go to, agrees on this. It's a unanimous agreement, you know? So no matter the religion that you adapt or you go into, just understand the fundamental, the foundation of the religion and the fundamental part of the religion. And if you are a hardcore individual that wants to follow the religion, you have to do what the religion says. You know, you have to do what the religion says. I know the one thing, you know, for me right now, personally, I believe in truth. I believe in the truth because the thing is, religion has been used to deceive the masses, okay? This is facts, this is factual, this is true. Religion is not what it used to be. It's been conjured and used to deceive the mass. But in the same religion, you have to look at the positive side of it. The positive side, to be a good person, to be, to have, to pray, to fast, to work on your spiritual level, on your spirituality, which means fasting and praying. No, there are a good side of it. There are a good side of it simply because if an individual is not working on their spiritual self, their spiritual side, which means fasting, praying, reading the Bible, you're kind of running around the circle without not having a concrete core direction. Working on your spirituality, it helps you a lot. It helps you to decipher good from evil, because when you're spiritually awake, before something happens, you will get notified. Like, what I'm trying to say is, when you are spiritually aware and you know who you are and whose you are, it will definitely help you to decipher good from bad. It will help you to decipher what is good and what is evil. It will help you to decipher things that if you are not working, or if you are not spiritually strong, you will not be able to catch those things. And as well, sometimes before something happens, something bad happens to you, the Creator will show you what's about to happen. And then you can either equip yourself with fasting and prayer in order to help strengthen your spiritual awareness and your spiritual self to deal with the situation if it does occur. Or you can pray about it and ask the Creator to remove such obstacle out of your way. So there are a lot of good things from religion. As an individual, you have to look at it for what it is, and you have to pick out what works for you, and you have to pick out what the Creator says that we should do and maintain it, because not only does it help you personally, it helps people around you. And if you meet somebody that shares the same ideology, you guys can then be able to pass it down to the next generation. You know what I mean? So my battery is currently right now at 6%. When my battery is at 3%, I'm going to end the live stream, because I just got a notification. My battery right now is at 6%, ladies and gentlemen. Gia said, I like when gods was relatable. Are you sure about that? When were gods ever relatable? Like, what are you trying to say? What do you mean? Yo, shout out to Swag right now, man. This guy is really enjoying himself. He is currently at a scenery. Can you elaborate a little more? Like, are you talking about like Ra, Zeus, Poseidon, Ares? Oh, I know African ones. Ogun. Ogun is an African deity. There is another one. Ogun is an African deity. That's where Marvel got Thor from. Um, I know a couple, but I forgot right now. I really forgot. And I don't know why I forgot. You see, I also need to look into my. It's just that with Christianity, with Catholic and Christianity, it kind of turned people away from. I think I see where you're coming. I see where you're coming from, Gia, and that's why some people prefer to be spiritualists, because when you are a spiritualist, you kind of move yourself away from Christianity, from Catholic, you know, because in Christianity and Catholic and every other religion, there's only one creator, you know. Yeah, Oshun, yes, yes, Oshun. So, Gia, are you trying? So, are you a spiritualist then? Because that's what is more. I think that's where I can see. I can understand that that's where you feel comfortable. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a spiritualist. Truthfully, there is nothing wrong with that, because to be although you have to be a spiritualist that is for good, because there are spiritualists that use it for evil. If you're a spiritualist and you're using it for good, because I do understand in Africa, before religion came in, before Catholic Christianity, we were spiritualists. We can speak to, even now people can even back home in Africa, people can talk to nature, right? Can speak to nature, and nature will reply. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Even in America, those natives, those Indians, they are spiritualists. They talk to nature and all of those things. I don't think there's anything really bad wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, so long as you're using it for good, you know, because it's a very treacherous water when you're a spiritualist. It's very, very treacherous, because if you're not careful, and if you're not careful, you can turn it into a witch, because witches are spiritualists. So that's why every individual needs to be very, very careful when you're dabbling into the spiritualist things. You have to be very, very careful, because it is a treacherous water. It's a very, very treacherous water. Hi, Jess. Jessica is back. Swag said he's just living his life. I ain't mad at you, bruh. I ain't mad at you. So long as you're not hurting anyone, hey, live your life, man. If you've been watching me or listening to me, I don't use God. I don't use God. I may say it, but I don't use it. I use the Creator. The Creator. I use Creator. I don't use God. Shout out to Jessica, man. Jessica just finished working. And apparently it's been a long day. Oh yeah, I do believe in the afterlife. I think this conversation is starting to get good. And my battery right now is at 3%, guys. It is literally at 3%. The conversation is starting to get deep. It's getting deep right now. It's getting deep, and I like it. I like the fact it's getting deep, but I don't think I'm going to be able to stay long enough to continue this conversation because it's slowly getting, now we're having a real conversation about spirituality, religion, you know. I believe afterlife depends on the individual. It depends on their belief sometimes, but we've been told that afterlife is where you go into, based on how good you were in real life. The afterlife becomes a place where you will go depending on how good you were, depending on your deeds while you were living. The afterlife becomes a place of I guess I would say your final destination in the meantime until the Creator comes back. Now, guys, I am currently at 2%. Hey, drop that.
Sorry.
Yeah. I am currently at 2%, ladies and gentlemen. My battery is about to die. My battery is about to die, guys. So, no, I don't have any kid right now. I think, Gia, I think we're going to continue this conversation on the next live stream that I do. I think I like your energy and I like your ideology. And I want to dabble into this conversation with you as well, but I don't have the chance right now because my battery is at 2%. Literally at 2%. So, yeah, guys, be sure to follow me on my social media platforms like Instagram. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification so that when I go live again, you will be notified. All right. Follow me on Rumble as well for anime content. All right. Follow me as well on Rumble. Follow me on Instagram for short videos because I won't be posting on this. I won't be doing anime reaction on this channel for a while. So my reaction videos on animes will be on Rumble, at least for now, until further notice. So guys, it's been fun. It's been amazing. I hope you guys take care. Once again, happy 4th of July. All right. Happy 4th of July to you guys. Keep on keeping on. See you in the next video. Adios.